Another day, another problem, so let's solve it. Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. This video will be the first part of my first series to try to solve the problem, letter combinations of phone number using multiple techniques so that you can learn and see how each technique has a roadmap. So the first solution will be using the recursive approach. First we will cover the recursive approach, then in the next video the iterative approach, then the backtracking approach, and the dynamic programming approach. And each video will be very informative and well explained. So let's get started. So the problem is that they give us a string containing digits from 2 to 9, and then they ask us to return all the possible letter combination that number could represent. So the first way to solve this problem gonna be by using recursive approach. First, if we want to define recursion in simple terms, recursion is a programming technique that involves defining a function that calls itself with a modified input in order to solve a problem. So let's say the input digits are 23. The first thing we're gonna do is to create a dictionary that's gonna have the numbers as a key and the letter as a value. Then we're gonna create an empty array that's gonna return all the possible combination of letters that can be formed the digit. Then we're gonna initialize a helper function that uses a recursive approach to generate the combinations. This helper function takes an index and the current string as an argument. In this example, we have the input digits is 23. The function will first call the helper function with index set to 0 and current string set to an empty string. Then the function will start generating all the possible combination between the digit 2 and the digit 3. So let me explain to you how the process is gonna work in simple terms. First, we're gonna have the digits at index 0, means the current index, and at this index we're gonna access to the phone dictionary at the first digits, means 2, and take the first letter, then add it to the current index. After that, we're gonna increment the digits by 1 so we can access to the first letter at digit 3, and we repeat the same process. Once we reach the end of the digits, we're gonna add the current string to the combination array and then recursively call the function again. In simple terms, it's like we're gonna keep the first letter for the first digits and iterate throughout the letters inside the second digits. Once we iterate over all the possible letters inside the digits 3, we're gonna call the function recursively so we can have the next letter inside the digits 2 and repeat the same process by iterating through all the possible letters in digit 3 and combine them. So once we iterate over all the possible letters inside the digit 3, then we call the last time the helper function to first access the digits 2 and take the last letter C, then call it again and start iterating throughout all the possible letters inside the digit 3 and combine them and add them to the combination array. Finally, we return the output array, means the combination array. I hope that you have understand how to solve this problem. I tried to break it to the most possible simple way so you can understand how the process of the recursive solution work under the hood. So let's jump to coding the solution. First, we set a condition that if the input string is empty, return an empty array. Then we create a dictionary that's gonna hold the phone numbers and the letters for each number. After that, we create an output array called combination. After that, we define a helper function that uses a recursive approach to generate the combination. The helper function takes an index and current as an argument. Then we set a base condition. If the index is equal to the length of the current string, add the current string to the combination list. Else, we start iterating throughout the dictionary font a digit at the current index and generate all the combination by recursively calling the helper function with an incremented index and adding each letter in the corresponding string of the font and adding each letter in the corresponding string of the font dictionary to the current string. So the helper function gonna have at first 0 as index and an empty string as an argument. And finally, we return the combination array. So the time complexity for this problem gonna be O of 3 to the power n, where n is the number of digits which have 3 letters. So why the time complexity gonna be an exponential time? It's because the helper function calls itself with an incremented index, and the number of recursively called grows exponentially with the length of the input string. So for each digit in the input string, the function generates 3 combinations. The space complexity for this problem is also O of 3 to the power n, as the function stores all the combination in a list, and the size of the list grows exponentially with the length of the input string. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.